Hi everyone, N.A.T here, and today I will tell you the story of my TikTok account and how it made me understand the power of socials because even though it was just a test, it actually opened up real doors, little doors, but real doors in the music industry. So let's begin. And for that reason, I find this story really fascinating. So, it was 2020, I guess, when I started getting interested on growing on social media. And I was already on Instagram, and there I tried I was just following advice from other creators about on how to grow on Instagram, and I did that. Didn't get any results really, maybe because of my little effort. But I started becoming interested in that. And later in 2022, I downloaded TikTok. And, actually, TikTok, I never liked it as a user because I believe it's just too toxic, honestly. The whole platform, it's just built to steal away your focus. And I just feel like it's too aggressive on the user. Again, it's everything you're seeing is built to grab your attention, but in a way that kind of feels aggressive, like someone is grabbing you like this and making you watch. That's the feel I have. But for experiment's sake, I wanted to try, and so I followed advice from other creators, and I opened up my profile. It was a profile based around making tutorials for Ableton for music production. And if you go look at it, I will show you in a second the actual profile on TikTok. It's all in Italian. So this test I did it in Italian. So keep that in mind if you want to go watch the videos. But basically, I was just creating tutorials, and I kept at it, and I got to around 1K followers. And at one point, there were people asking me questions. They were asking me which DAW is the best and stuff like that, how to compress, and I would answer them, and then one person asked me one thing: how to recreate those auto-tune effects, just like the famous Italian rappers. How to do that? And for me, that was really easy. And I actually knew how to do that on an iPhone, on the phone, with using the stock app for music making, GarageBand. And I made this video, this response video, and what happened was incredible. It went viral, actually, and I saw it during the night, getting all these views, all these comments, and all these followers. And in one night, I went from around 1K or a little less to 8K followers, all just from one video. And here it is. This is the profile. If you're curious, it's called N.A.T Focus, which is which is funny because if you checked my catalog of music, you'll know that this is just N.A.T Focus, my song. But that's the idea I had for the name. As you can see, tutorials for music, electronic music, and Ableton. And as you can see, I didn't even made a lot of videos. Okay, and by the way, don't get confused by this other thing I have, this other profile I have, which is N.A.T Music 27. Okay, I'm talking about N.A.T Focus. And as you can see, I didn't do many videos, and I would average around thousands of views, But this video here it is, 500,000 views. That was really incredible. My phone was blowing up, and if we can see.
Autotune su.
No, please don't play music. Don't play music. I don't want to get copyright claims. So, wait a second, let me mute the sound. So, where the hell is it now? Here, okay. Now, I don't know why it's not showing all the comments for some reason, but I had hundreds of comments, a lot of saves, which were the most important things on TikTok, a lot of likes, and yeah, that's what happened with this. After that, I never made the same amount of views, as you can see, around 5K maybe, or so on. Yeah, but what the hell? But yeah, so this is what happened next, which was the real eye-opening experience I had, which was really interesting. So, three cool things happened. First thing that happened is I started doing lessons, actually, because there were people asking me to do private lessons for them. And I got a couple clients, not many, maybe 5 in total. But going from zero to doing actually making some money was incredible. Then, and I think it was because of the followers I had. It might not seem like a lot, 8 followers, but remember, this whole thing was just in the Italian sphere, and I was maybe one of the biggest creators around that time. Second thing that happened, which was also really, really cool, was there was a original, official, whatever, Sony Music Italy, the label, artist who contacted me, and he wanted to collaborate with me. He wanted to make content with me. I'm not sure exactly on what his strategy was, or the reasons, whatever. But I, yeah, I talked with him a little bit, but then got tired. Also because his genre was a completely different thing from what I was doing. And then third thing that happened, which was even more like shocking to me, was there was another creator who was doing the same things I was doing, kind of tutorials, and he was building a community, and he wanted me to collaborate with him, and we talked on the phone for an hour, I guess, one time, and then we went on talking again. But then I got tired of that as well, because also I got tired of the whole TikTok thing because of imposter syndrome. I didn't feel comfortable being like an authority, as I already explained here on YouTube. I now just want to share what I do, and also to share the fact that I am not super expert on what I'm doing. There are still a lot of things that I need to understand. On TikTok, there I just did like I just run a test, and in fact it ended because it wasn't really what I wanted to do. And that's eventually why I stopped. But going back to that person, he was doing the same thing I was doing, but what really shocked me was he wasn't my same age. He was actually a professional of 20 years in the business. He was a professional music producer. And I remember him telling me on the phone, yes. He said, yeah, because I think you're competent. And I was like, no, man, this can't be real. He can't be saying that. He can't really be meaning that. It's impossible. Like, come on, I'm an amateur. Maybe I am I am underestimating myself, but I don't think so. I think actually um, the reason why this happened was that I had more followers than him. That's all. That's it. And that kind of made him say that I was competent, even though maybe I really am. I don't know. Maybe I'm underestimating myself, but I believe that this experience showed really the power of social media, which was incredible. And so, as I said, then I kind of left it there. Then wasn't interested anymore in continuing. I also ended up being a meme, apparently. I was this was really funny because I said, "Producer, stop cracking your software," and this guy was like, he was on crack, so to speak. That was so funny. Anyways, yeah, I didn't enjoy it. After all that much doing tutorials, didn't feel comfortable teaching people how to do stuff when I myself didn't feel confident 100% on what I was saying. And also, I never want to do that, maybe. Never want to be like an authority, which doesn't mean that if you ever want to ask me anything, you can't. You can absolutely do so if you want to. Um, yes, but now here I'm just sharing my journey on YouTube, which I think it's even more genuine and cool to see, in my opinion. This was the story of my TikTok account. Again, if you want to uh, peek at it, go on TikTok and search for Not Focus. And yeah, that was a really cool experience. Don't forget to go and check also my music on not this, even though this is my music. It's just a song I have under a different name, which I tried once. But yeah, N.A.T, you know, Not Focus, Not Focus. Just type in Not Focus. Oh my God, N.A.T, N.A.T, Focus, and you'll find me. It's not finding me right now. Here it is. I'm also on Apple Music. While I remind you that this song is not mine, I need to get it removed. But yeah, thank you for watching and see you next time.